Hey, hey, you guys. I'm a demented clown. Although I'm really a demonic clown, but I know I did a little sloppy, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Welcome to another countdown of my favorites. Now, guys, I've actually counted down the best Halloween movies to watch. Now it's time for best Halloween specials. Not like special stuff you buy at the store. The specials like cartoon specials that involve Halloween themed cartoons. And I hope you guys will enjoy this, and I hope you watch some of these as much as I do. But without further ado, let's get to it. And guys, believe it or not, this is actually a Halloween special for with the Grinch. As you guys may have known how the Grinch stole Christmas, he was able to steal Christmas, but now it's about Halloween. And we all know how scary the Grinch is right there. But you know what? Hey, this was one of the best Halloween specials, but I kind of like him in the Christmas special. But you know what? You can't be picky with your own choosings, you know? Ah, guys, whoever can forget this timeless classic on the Peanuts gang? It's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I'm sure you guys have watched this type of movie before, but you know what? Hey, anything can happen. Now, we've seen Charlie Brown and his friends go out trick-or-treating and also go to a Halloween party. But who better than to stay in the pumpkin patch than Linus Van Pelt and with Charlie Brown's sister, Sally Brown? Now, the reason why you guys are wondering why he's in the pumpkin patch, he was waiting for the Great Pumpkin to show up. If you guys don't know who the Great Pumpkin is, how his story goes, the Great Pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch. He flies through the air and brings toys to all the good little children. Sounds familiar, isn't it? Sounds like a Halloween version of Santa Claus. But you know what? That's what he did. Every year he waits at the pumpkin patch for the Great Pumpkin. And who better than to show up? You can tell by that shadow right there, it was Snoopy, who actually came in as a werewolf flying ace. But none was actually funnier when Charlie Brown went trick-or-treating with his friends, and all he got was a bag full of rocks. Every time he says, I got a popcorn board, I got a quarter, I have a fudgicle, I got a rock. I got a package of gum, I got a quarter, I got a nickel, I got a rock. I got a popcorn ball, I got a package of gum, I got a lot of chocolates. I got a rock. Time and time again, this Halloween special was always the funniest. Every time we could hear Charlie Brown say, I got a rock, I got a rock, I got a rock. That doesn't get old. Ah, guys, a Disney classic which was one of the best of all time. The Legends of Sleepy Hollow. If you guys don't know this cartoon special from Disney, it involves Ichabod Crane as he came into this village, being bullied by Brom Bone and trying to get the fair Katrina in her hand in marriage. Now, Ichabod tried everything, and he still wins to get the girl. But Brom Bone had one trick up his sleeve, and that was a Halloween story. If you guys are wondering what kind of Halloween story I was talking about, it was about a legend. The legend of the Headless Horseman. Now, I want you guys to tell you about this is that this actually scared me. When I was a kid, I was scared of one thing, and that was that guy right there, the Headless Horseman. As Ichabod was heading home, he heard the evil laugh. If you guys ever get a chance, watch The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and you can understand why the Headless Horseman is one of the scariest figures in Disney history. That evil laugh, it will haunt you forever. And guys, if you are a 90s kid like me, I'm sure you guys watch Nickelodeon. And it's always good to watch one of the classic Nickelodeon cartoons of all time. Like Hey Arnold, for example. Arnold's Halloween. This was one of the best cartoons of all time back in the early 90s. Now, what is this about, you ask? And here's the tale. A long time ago, guys, back in the 1940s or 50s, Orson Welles, a great director right there, had his own television show. Well, actually, it was a radio. Back then, guys, they didn't have TVs, with colored TVs and with black and white. Sometimes I listened to the radio. You can hear, like, stories and also the news and things like that. But Orson Welles did one episode where there was aliens. And he's saying that, oh my God, they're here. You guys gotta run. You gotta run. But what he didn't know was that everyone had caused a panic. Everybody was running around, scared to death. Everyone had to get their clothes and drive around. Some got hurt, some got injured, by the way. But guess what? Orson Welles actually announced on the radio that it was fake. It was just a story. So, I could tell you guys, Orson Welles didn't fare very well on that. But that was depicted on this cartoon special, Arnold's Halloween. Arnold and his friend Gerald and his friends wanted to go to his grandpa's Halloween party, but they weren't allowed. So, Arnold and Gerald had an idea. They decided to hook up to the radio, up to their equipment up there, to pretend that they're doing a radio special. And wouldn't you know it, Arnold and Gerald were doing the alien special, saying, "Oh my God, the aliens are here! You guys gotta run! You gotta run!" Gerald was doing the announcer, while Arnold was doing the sound effects. What they didn't know was, thanks to Helga, the girl that likes Arnold, who is a bully, advised all his friends to dress up like aliens in order to scare the adults by knocking on the door. But here was the problem. Everyone believed that radio stations so much, they actually caused a panic. And when they saw those kids, they went after the kids, thinking that they were Martians. And Helga went like this, "We're kids." I don't believe this. "Oh yeah, look." She was wiping her face and showed it like this. And now you guys see right here, I use my makeup, with my left hand. I do it all the time with my left hand. So this is like this. But when she did it like that, nothing came off. It was like, hey, it didn't come off. And they still ran after it. Helga looked at Sid, the guy, damn it, Curly. Sorry about that language. I'm trying to remember. Try to get Curly to say, "What did you start to put?" There's this makeup called cement, and it was actually cement. It was permanent. They couldn't get it off. But Helga's dad and his team were able to try to track down that mothership. If you guys see up here, that was a water tower. When they destroyed it, it was water. And the makeup actually washed off, and they found out they were kids. They caused a panic, and they got a good scare out of it. And let me tell you guys, that was the best scare. If you guys ever get a chance, I have a feeling you might be able to find it. I don't know. I think you can, but I would give that a watch, because let me tell you guys, that was the classic of all time. Now, guys, SpongeBob may be gone, but his cartoons can live on forever. Now, nothing was better than this short cartoon called Scaredy Pants. Halloween is the one holiday that SpongeBob always gets scared so easily all the time. But SpongeBob had an idea to make a scarier costume while scaring everybody else. With the help of Patrick, who was the dumbest of all time. I'm sure you guys remember SpongeBob is square, and he had a paper ghost in his hand, which, as you can tell, it's round like a ghost. He said, "What's the difference between that ghost and me?" He's like, don't tell me. I could do this. No, don't tell me. I could do this. Don't tell me. Okay, tell me. It's like, it's obvious. This ghost is a circle, and SpongeBob is a square. He had to circle him up. I thought that was the funniest ever. It's like, are you kidding me? A genius would know that. But it's Patrick. What can you say? But anyway, he wanted to dress up like the Flying Dutchman. And they told Halloween stories about that. And guess who came to the party? A real Flying Dutchman. When they was about to punish SpongeBob for making a mockery of him, when he took off his costume, the Dutchman got scared. Then we later find out that he had no skin, just the brain, eyeballs, and his bones. Which was funny. I thought that was the best, and let me tell you guys, that doesn't get old all the time. Guys, the Rugrats. One of the most classic and most coolest characters of all time on Nickelodeon. As you guys may have known, the Rugrats won multiple times on the Kids' Choice Awards for Best Animated Cartoon. Every year. Now, this one's called the Candy Bar Creep Show. In this episode, you can actually see what they're looking at. Those are Reptar bars. Angelica told them that these Reptar bars are chocolate with gold nuggets in the middle, and it turns your tongue green. Oh, a little side note, guys. I just found out that there are some stores who actually sell these Reptar bars. For real. It's just a matter of where you can find it, and hopefully it'll be there. But anyway, let's get back to the cartoon. Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil want to get a Reptar bar, but they don't know nothing about Halloween. Angelica told them that it's where the grown-ups take you to house and house, and you can go trick-or-treating. And said, "What's trick-or-treating?" She said, "I don't know. But they said I'm going to get more candy, and I'm going to do that, and you guys won't go." So, being disappointed as they are, Tommy always has an idea. They decided to try to find a way to get those Reptar bars. They actually went into a haunted house which Tommy's dad had created. And little did they know that they actually believed that there were ghosts inside that haunted house. But it was none other than those four. But they were able to get some Reptar bars and enjoy themselves. Although Angelica wanted the candy bars, but Stu and Drew, which Stu is Tommy's dad and Drew is Angelica's dad, they're brothers. They would go in rock, paper, scissors who wanted to go into that Halloween, that haunted spot. They actually believed it was real. But Grandpa told him it was. He said, my mask moved by itself and there was a ghost on the mirror. I know, guys. I bet you guys are saying that I may make my makeup look stupid. I know it did. Well, bear in mind, guys, I was trying to do a Carnage makeup. But little did I know, crowns don't... Well, these are makeup crowns. They don't work on cream makeup. So, even when it was dried, the black one actually worked perfectly. But white won't work, and... Yeah, and so I had to use white cream. And let me tell you, I was hoping to do it good because I got this perfect. I got the red perfect. But as for the white, the cream didn't work. And as you can tell, it just looks stupid. I tried my best, guys. Believe me, I tried. But anyway, let's get back to the Halloween specials. Looney Tunes, guys. You know, you can always count on Bugs Bunny and all his friends to do a Halloween special. There was a time where they did like the funniest and the scariest of all time. But take a look at Sylvester and Tweety, for example. Now, in this cartoon, it's called Jekyll and Hyde. Tweety and Hyde. They were by a room which was occupied by Dr. Jekyll. And we all know who Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is. So, when Tweety was running away from Sylvester, Tweety accidentally jumped into a bottle of the formula. And as you can see, guys, he became a giant monster, which scared the crap out of Sylvester the cat. But there are a time where she returns back to her normal state. But there are also times when he also transforms back. So it's kind of like a flip of a coin. You can kind of tell that he was afraid and also trying to eat Tweety. Now, none other was funnier than Porky Pig and Daffy Duck. Now, this one was actually the best. I would show you all of it, but this is actually a close picture from a YouTube video. Well, guys, if you guys are wondering what Daffy is doing, Daffy was trying to prove to Porky Pig that you can actually be courageous by not being scared all the time. But as Daffy kept scaring him, trying to be in that as that monster, no matter what happens, he tried. But the one thing that I found funny was when Porky found out that Daffy was tricking him every single time, Porky decided to scare him back. And it didn't work out very well. Because, let me tell you, he kind of scared him. Now, this is actually Porky Pig right there. And Daffy was trying to scare him, but then he finds out that, yeah, he was not under that mask. And then, later, he got scared. Every time when he gets scared, he gets on that lamppost. And let me tell you guys, that's funny. That was funny. Now, guys, there's a lot of good Halloween specials out there. But none other was better than watching it on the Power Rangers. Now, guys, there was like multiple Power Rangers that involved Halloween. But none other that was crappier than this right here. If you guys are wondering what that thing is, that is called the Pumpkin Rapper. That's with a W with a rapper in there. Now, what's worse about this monster right here, he actually raps, which I found very, it was funny as a kid, but as I got older, you kind of figure that, wow, that was like the dumbest monster I've ever seen. But there was one Halloween special that was very cool and everybody enjoyed so much. Well, guys, the one that Halloween special that was the best was when the Power Rangers faced against Frankenstein. Now, that was really cool because the way how it was depicted on this was that it was kind of different. Now, these guys went to a costume party. They were hoping to win. But little did they know, somebody else was deciding to win. And it was Alpha 5. You guys remember that little robot? He actually came into the picture and he said, what are you doing here? I said, well, this is a costume party. I think this is a good time for me to blend in. And there you go. So, with the help of Tommy Oliver as the Green Ranger, they were able to defeat the Frankenstein monster. Well, guys, there's a lot of good Halloween ones, but I think the ones that are way better are the Christmas ones. And I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this countdown of the best cartoon Halloween specials from cartoons. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reaction and gameplay. Drop some likes on this video if you enjoyed this. I'm debating if I want to... Well, I accidentally deleted the makeup tutorial. I wanted to do that for you. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed it like this, because as you can tell, it looks like crap. I wanted to be a demented clown, but as you can tell, like I said before, I was trying to be Carnage. But like I said, the crayons don't work on cream makeup. So I think I think I'm going to change it up a bit. There's something that I've noticed that I could actually try paint. I'll try paint, not the cream makeup. I'll try paint, not the paint like you use on walls. The Halloween paint. I'm going to try that instead. I think I will do a lot better with that. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, stay positive, and I'll try my best when I do this again.